A lot happening right now. So the Feds just lowered the rates. They lowered the rates by 1/4%. They actually did that yesterday, but I wanted to jump on and kind of go over this formally today with you guys. What does that even mean? So when you think about like right now, they're talking about 1/4%. Like you guys see it? There you go. You see it. Breaking news. So the reason why that's important is because when you lower the rates by 1/4%, that allows more banks to be able to have access to capital. They can lend that money out. People who are looking to get loans for their businesses, for other things, their cars, like they are starting to kind of now that capital can start moving around in the economy. What that also does for a guy like myself who's a real estate guy, like I start looking at real estate a lot harder. We've been raising capital for Bell Capital for our fund, looking at deals, sourcing deals, but a lot of deals, man, they've just really not moved. Like big deals have come to market, some have sold, some have only come to market to come to market. We call it troll the market, see who's interested, see what they can get, and then pull back, right? Because they're waiting. President's not even happy about this 1/4%. He said it should have been half because he's like, dude, he could have did more. Why? Because the president's a real estate guy. He understands what this does for the economy first. Number two, he knows what it does for real estate. Real estate is a huge mover. Real estate as an investment, as an asset class, is 390 is a $390 trillion asset class. If that starts to move, even a percentage of that moves, the world starts to move 1,000%, right? So if you're thinking about investments, like taking your money out of the bank and then converting it into a real asset, real estate's the way to go. And lowering the interest rates always does that. They're tied to the 10-year treasury. I think the 10-year, yeah, 4.15. And they're also tied to the SOFR. That is it's called an index. That's what they set the marker to. And then wherever you get that money from for your debt, you're going to tack on 1.5 to 2% over and above that. That's what the interest rates are going to be. Boom. I just wanted to simplify that. That said, though, the lower that rate comes down, the lower the 10-year treasury comes down, the 5-year comes down, the SOFR comes down, the more debt that can either be used to buy or to buy investment opportunities for real estate, or it's going to refinance these investment opportunities. It starts to move that market, and then naturally, you see everything that's going on with businesses. The more debt, the more the interest rates come down, the more people can borrow money, the more people can put money to work, the more they can build their companies, hire more people get hired, they spend more money, our economy continues to move. That is what all this is about. So, what does that mean to you? You should be converting your getting ready to take your cash out of the banks and convert it into a real asset because real assets are going to get the benefit of these interest rate lowering opportunities. As the rates drop, value of real assets continue to go up. That's what's inflationary right there. More money, values go up, especially on a real asset. Not like a business or a stock or a share. They go up, but they don't go up the way that real assets do. Real estate goes up like that. Gold, unfortunately, has gone crazy. Silver has gone crazy. Bitcoin's gone crazy. AI and all these other things. But real estate is always going to be the belle of the ball. So if you're going to bet your farm, your family's farm, your money on something, put it on real estate. And we're watching this happen and it's going down real time. So the other thing too, May, Jerome Powell is out. His timeline's gone. President Trump's already looking for a replacement. He has two guys named Kevin. So the Kevins are probably going to be selected. Then you're really going to see. I believe rates are going to drop down probably sub fours. I do. Um, Commercial rates, Fannie Freddie. Fannie Freddie has a lot of money parked on the sidelines, ready to give that money out. Their mandate to give that money out in big tranches, and it's going to go to people who they trust, people who know this business, multifamily preferably, and that's going to happen. So keep your eyes open, man. I wanted to do this, and I know I went through this kind of fast because we're getting ready to jump into something. I got something great coming up for you guys. It's going to be kind of one of those. I don't even have a name for it yet, but I'm going to be reaching out to a few people that I know personally and people I want to learn from. That whereas I'm going to be talking to them about one, how they got successful, how they grew the company, whether they're CEO or they're founder, or they work in a company and they're running a department or a division. Like I'm looking for people who run billions of dollars, whether it's $1 billion company, they do $1 billion worth of loans, they oversee $1 billion worth of assets, they created something, or they had these big multi-million-dollar exits in their firms. That's the people I want to connect with because I'm expanding. I love talking to people. I love learning from people that get your advice from people that you aspire to be like, or they have something that you can take their advice because they're winning, right? Learn from winners. And I want to bring that to you guys. So I want to start talking to them, but I'm going to put it on like a little show. If you guys can help me come up with something to call it, that would be great right now. Real talks with Victor, that's fine, but it's so lame. I want something cool that whereas if I call and I'm talking to somebody, like one of the guys I know that I'm going to try to get to come on, they just did a multi billion dollar transaction. Wow. I want to talk to him and I know him. So it'll be a great for me because that's what I'm trying to do and I want to get that information, but I want to share it with you guys. That's the problem. Most people that get that successful don't talk about it, but I want to help my audience, you guys, whether you invest with me or you just learn from me, you go do this yourself, but I want to share. I do. All right. So, anyways, what's a good name for that? That's first. Come up with a good name for it. Help me out with that. Put it in the comments. I would love that. And give me some ideas. I'm working on it. The team's working on it. While we build up these people, the first interview is probably going to be within the next week. All right. So hit me up before that. I appreciate you guys. Let's get after it today. Boom.